Alright, hello everybody, welcome to our Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for Newcomers playthrough. My name is Jokester1801, and we're back. So we took a little bit of hiatus, but now we're back, and we're ready to clear and finish up part 2. So I'm a little sniffly,
Having anticipated Queen Alincia's
but
attack,
we're
the
good.
majority
We're
of
okay
Duke
now.
Ludwig's forces left Felleray. The troops stationed at Castle Felleray were merely the bait with which to lure Joffrey and his troops away from Melior. In Joffrey's absence, Ludwig's objective is nothing less than to take the royal palace, and Queen Alincia with it.
Dang, this dude's
Lucia,
savage.
foreseeing a possible attack on the capital, arranged for Queen Alincia and Princess Leanne to be secretly moved to Fort Alpia.
I don't really get why
Yet
she does
Lucia
that.
herself is unable to evade Duke Ludwig's agents. She is captured in the dead of night while attempting to contact an informant. Queen Alincia receives the sad news the next morning.
So yeah, there's our little story recap. Basically, we got insurrectionist dude trying to take over the country. Valencia ran away from the capital because that way she wouldn't get attacked directly, I guess. And what they really wanted is for Ludwig to attack the capital and expand all his forces, then realize Valencia wasn't there and that everything was for naught, I guess. That's the only explanation that makes sense to me. However, Ludwig, or Ludwig, as the narrator was saying, saw through all of that and is coming for Valencia. So, we're guessing that flare sent up by Joffrey's troops means Ludwig plans to come for your majesty. He's probably marching his troops towards this fortress as we speak. Since it's come to this, I'd like to stick around and help. Let me know if you need me. I see. Thank you ever so much, Sherhar. I have one more question. What about Lucia? Have you heard from her? Is she safe? We found a man's body in the village safe house. We believe he was her messenger. We also found this. No, this is Lucia's hair. But how? Well, we assume that Ludwig infiltrated her network of spies and captured her. This is his way of letting us know. It also means she's still alive, which means we can still save her. Queen Alincia, it's up to you to determine the best course of action. Yes, I know. Royal Guards, arm yourselves and prepare to meet the rebel forces in battle. I will be commanding you personally. Yeah, Alincia, you go, girl. Your Majesty, but you are the Queen. It's much too dangerous. Please assign a subordinate to this duty. I will not. It is my indecision that has allowed the rebellion to come this far. I refuse to run from this position any longer. From this problem any longer. I like this CGI. It's pretty cool. Lucia, I'm sorry. Somehow I promise you, I will save you. Or will you? Dun dun dun. Princess Leanne, Sir Neolucci, this fortress will soon be under siege. What? Somehow the enemy has found out that I am hiding here. My two fine friends, you must escape. I sing and help Queen Alincia. No, under no circumstances. I won't allow any such thing. I like help Queen Alincia. Now, when my lady makes up her mind, nothing in Tellius can sway her. And me, I'm sure you wouldn't mind having these old bones on the battlefield. Seriously, I think every other thing that Neolucci says references him being old. Just every time, I'm old! Sir Neolucci, honestly, I couldn't. Wait until you see me. Even at my age, see, there you go. He's old. I'll be one step ahead of those freshly hatched whippersnappers. Very well, I must prepare as well. I had hoped this day would never come. Amiti, the treasured blade of House Crimea, will awaken from its long slumber. Woohoo, that's a great thing. I mean, it's not great because Civil War, but it's an awesome weapon. In fact, let's look at it. So here's Amiti. It is much, much better than the Slim Sword. In fact, it's as strong or almost as strong as a Silver Sword. Do I have a sword? Oh, I do have a Silver Sword. It's stronger than a Silver Sword, which Lucia was using to cut up everything. And it's a Brave Sword, which means it attacks 1, 2, and then the enemy can attack. And so if Valencia has 4 more speed than the enemy, where she would normally double, she actually quadruples the enemy. It is so good. Brave weapons in general can do that. The Amiti can do that, and it has infinite uses, and it has 15 might. It is an incredible weapon, so strong. The only way this weapon could be better is if it had 1-2 range. So if it functioned like a javelin where it could hit faraway enemies, then it would be like the perfect weapon. It would be so broken though. So yeah, that's the immediate. So something interesting that we kind of have to think about with inventory management here is that this is the last battle for part 2. After this battle starts part 3, and when we go to that battle and go to part 3, we meet up with some old friends who I won't spoil. With that, from this group of people, Nephany, Braum, Heather, and Har all show up in part 3, chapter 2, and they bring their inventories. Now that is incredibly significant because that means we can take stuff from this inventory to that inventory and use it as extra gold, extra items, and things like that. And our old friends would actually really appreciate that. So in this inventory management time here, that's something that we have to pay attention to. Now the other thing is that Leith and Mordecai also go to part 3 as well. However, they show up at part 3, chapter 4, I think is when you first get them. Yeah, it's chapter 4 when you're first able to use them. And so basically the principle here then is you want to put stuff that you want immediately available on Nephany, Braum, Heather, and Har. And then stuff you want to take to the old friends later, but isn't like immediately necessary, you put on Leith and Mordecai. Now, translating, what that means is like this secret book we'll send over with Leith, because I don't need that immediately. But the Shara icon I want immediately, and the Spectre card and Arm Scroll I want immediately, because I can sell those things and buy more stuff with our old friends. Now I also want Heather to like steal some stuff, so I want her inventory to have at least a couple uses, a couple spaces. Like the Wind Edge, Silver Sword, Iron Sword. I don't even want the Iron Sword really. But those things aren't like necessary must-haves immediately. So those are gonna go on Mordecai. Yeah. Alright. So then Braum, we're gonna give one of his vulneraries to Nephany, and then one of his herbs to Har. And then we'll give Neolucci's Culinary to Har. We'll also give Leanne's Concoction to Braum, I think. Yeah, we'll give it to Braum. The Concoction is so good because it heals 40 HP and has 6 uses. I mean, that's amazing. Anyway, there's also these 2 info conversations we want to do. Queen Alencia, a visitor to see you, Your Majesty. At this hour, who could it be? Good evening, Queen Alencia. Khalil, what brings you here? Well, you see, Lady Lucia asked me to give you a hand if you ever found yourself between a rock and a hard place, Your Majesty. She instructed the workers here at Fort Alpia to notify me if they thought that you needed any kind of help. Lucia did? Lady Lucia has been taking, Your Majesty, but I think she'll be fine. Actually, I know she will. She had the brains to set this up in advance, so I know she has a good head on her shoulders. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Khalil. Save the thanks for until after the Duke of Felleray is taken care of. We can hold the party at my place. Sure? These soldiers are extremely focused given the hectic circumstances. They are very well trained. Lucia handpicked each one of them. Lucia and that official with the curly blonde beard. What was his name? You mean Count Bastian? Yeah, that's the one. Bastian, Count of Fair? I have no idea how to pronounce that. He's usually considered the premier political mastermind of Crimea, but Lady Lucia has proven to be no slouch herself. Yeah, she's awesome. Yes, I really don't deserve them. Come on, don't sell yourself short. What do you mean? Loyalty isn't just a personal trait. Most of it hinges on who's calling the shots, what kind of commander you're under. My first commander was only concerned with lining his own pockets, and next was the Mad King himself. Man, I don't ever want to go back to regular military duty. If Saharim hadn't asked me, I wouldn't have stayed so long. But he showed me what a leader could be, someone who makes following seem like the most natural thing in the world. What about Mbegnion's leaders and the Apostle Sanaki? The Falco Knights report to the Apostle, the Draco Knights to the Senate, Of the two, the Falco Knights seem happier. I've never actually met the Apostle personally. She sounds like a nice girl, but who knows? I see. But I'm actually just running on at the mouth. I actually came to give you this. A physics staff? I want you to fight for all your loyal supporters. Losing your leader is tough, you know. Sir Har, thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Sir Har. That is really, really valuable. So now Lindsay has a physics staff. I think this is our first introduction to the physics staff, but this thing is so, so good because it's a heal staff, but ranged. So the range, as you can see, is 1 to magic divided by 2. So in Alencia's case, 17 divided by 2 is 8.5, and so it gets rounded down. And so that means her current range with physic is 1 to 8. If she gets one more magic, then it's 18 divided by 2, which is 9, and so then it ups to 1 to 9. So it's a moving range, just depending on your magic. It is so, so helpful. Oh, I forgot. The immediate also gives the added benefit of +3 defense and res. So that's also another really awesome thing about that weapon. That weapon's so good. Okay, so now let's look at this inventory management. So I want Nephany to have a fresh javelin and a fresh steel lance, but really I wanted to have an iron great lance. We have some good amount of gold here, and like might as well use it. And so what I'm gonna do actually is just sell Nephany's steel great lance and old javelin, and then I'm gonna buy her a steel great lance and an iron great lance because I like that more than the steel lance. I'm going to put it in the convoy for now since she doesn't have the space for it. Then I'm going to buy Par a steel poleaxe. And then a hand axe as well. And then Braum, we'll buy him a hand axe because he definitely needs that. And then I'll also get him steel poleaxe. Yeah, I'll buy him a steel poleaxe. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Alright, the other thing I wanted to check is the shop here. So there's some killer weapons and a recover staff. The recover staff is actually a little bit useful for our old friends. But it's not like necessary and it's a little expensive. Same thing with the killing weapons. So we're not gonna buy any of that. And then the other thing I wanted to do, we're gonna give the concoction to Leaf. And then I actually do want Leaf to just, you know, have a vulnerary because that's pretty helpful. I also want Mordecai to have a concoction. And then I'm going to keep Leaf's those 3 last inventory spaces she has just chilling. Because I often find that it's helpful for her to have, like, a little bit of flex room there. With Nephany, I'm going to replace the Steel Lance with the Iron Great Lance that we talked about. And then we'll just keep her inventory full like that. Har can have his inventory full like that because Heather has 2 spaces, Braum has 1. So we have some flex room. We just got Khalil. She's our first sage for this group. And she's pretty good. Yeah, the biggest problem with Khalil is that you really just don't have very many opportunities to use her. So you have like this battle, and then you have like 1 battle in part 2 battles in part 3, and then part 4. So like she's really not very available. She has really good weapon ranks: A Fire, B Thunder, B Wind. That's pretty good. And she has Nihil, which is an essential skill for the end game. And so she's really important for that. But in terms of like mages aren't particularly great in this game, and Khalil is just kind of like middle of the road. She's not a particularly great mage. So what I always say, use her while you can. If she stops being good, stop using her. Alright, so we don't really have anyone for support. We can't really manage any of the skills. We looked at the bargain shop and there's nothing that we really want there. So I think we are finally prepped and ready to go. Right, our inventory is managed. Looking pretty good. I mean, I don't really have to take that short axe with me. I'm gonna have Har not have a javelin because I don't think it's actually that helpful. I'll have you carry a spare hand axe though, just in case Har needs one like that. Alright, to the battle. The battle will begin soon. I want both of you to promise me that you will fall back if in danger. Understood? Fall back, your majesty? No one can hold a candle to the speed at which the Raven tribe retreats. I love that line from Miolucci. That's so good. That's a relief. See, it even drew a laugh out of Valencia in this stressful time. Reporting, sir. Fort Alpia's gate is sealed and they are readying their defenses. I see. Lady Lucia must have arranged some way to warn the queen. But alas, even if they were to have all the energy and luck in the world, the Royal Knights wouldn't arrive for 2 days. Well, Ludwig, that's where you miss something. We don't need the Royal Knights. We have a Har on our team. In any case, there's no way we can lose, considering that we have a card which has yet to be put into the game. And what is that? Well, we're about to find out. Your Majesty, dire news! The rear gate is open and the rebel army is storming in. What? How could this happen? I think you'll understand once you question this man. You guard the inner garden, correct? You scum, you helped the rebel army, didn't you? Yes. Yes, I did. I did it because it was the best thing for the future of this country. Those Dane murderers killed my entire family, and now the queen bows down and wags her tail at them. It's a disgrace. Man, what a fool. We all know Valencia did not do that. Silence, you're the traitor here. Prepare to die. Wait, killing this man will do nothing to help our situation. We have to halt Ludwig and his men. They're already inside. I'm going out there too. Mordecai will fight for you, Queen Valencia. You can count on me, your majesty. Queen Valencia, Crimea needs you more than anything, and I reckon you could use my help. Oh, I forgot to do one last thing at the base. My homeland, being ruled by a snobby stiff like Ludwig? Please, I don't think so. Your Majesty, we would give our lives for our queen. Allow us to fight. Thank you, everyone. I am indeed the Queen of Crimea, and a queen does not hide. Our enemies are fellow citizens of Crimea, but we can no longer sit idle as they destroy the harmony of our nation. So the one thing I forgot to do was bonus experience. We actually got a good amount. So after we get through this dialogue, we're actually going to go back and do some bonus experience together. Could our situation be any better? Just look at these fragile defenses. As fragile as the Queen's reign. Oh, the Queen's taking command. I expected her to abandon her people, turn tail, and run for the hills. See, this just shows that Ludwig completely, fundamentally misunderstands Valencia. How preciously naive. We shall have to teach her that being overly optimistic can be fatal. And we'll teach Ludwig that being overly fatalistic can be fatal. Yeah, that wasn't my best one. Alright, so we have like 16k of bonus experience. And one thing I really, really love to do is use that on Har, because he's already like really, really good. If we get him to 22 speed though, he can double Ludwig, which is actually really important. The other thing is that like he just is really good. So we're just going to give him a couple levels here. I say as I give him 1 level. Wow, he got resistance? That's actually really surprising. He usually gets skill. We'll give him 2 levels. I think that should be enough to cap skill and defense if he gets both of those, which he did not. So that's not looking good, because I want him to get 2 speed, and I want to use bonus experience on someone else too. So I guess we're not getting the 2 speed that I wanted. What a shame. Wow, we got 0 speed? Are you kidding me, Har? Do I not have a speed link? Did I use it on Har already? Oh well. Well, he has capped skill and defense and almost capped strength, so that's cool. We're also going to use a little bit on Nephany, because she has, like, capped res. And so now she'll get some good speed and skill. And hopefully she'll get a little bit of strength, too. I guess not. I think she just capped speed, so maybe she will now. Okay, cool. We'll get her 1 more level. So that should cap skill and speed there. She doesn't have enough. Oh, she does have enough to hold her Steel Great Lance. Well, that's probably good enough. And then we'll give Har 1 more level so he can actually get some dang speed this time. Oh my goodness. This guy, man. Capped strength, skill, and defense. No speed. What a chump. Well, that's life. We'll give Nephany another level so she can get some strength. You might be able to hear my cat. In which case, Beans says hi. Well, Har is now like exponentially stronger. He's not faster though, which is sad. Alright, so here's our Fort Alpia level. If we look at the conditions, it's 10 versus 46. Our victory is to defend for 15 turns or defeat the boss, either one. Our defeat is that Alencia dies or enemy seizes the location. So it's pretty like substantial odds against us, but I really, really love this map. I think it's really well done, and it's really cool because you kind of have like two levels of choke points. So you have the upper choke points here, where you have like this wall, and this part here breaks, and then you kind of have like this stairway area here where you could put someone here if you wanted, or like here, or here really. You have to be careful though, because this thing is a gap, and so people can come up here. And then you could like choke over here. What I like to do though is choke the points down here. So there's a choke point right here that's really effective, and then right here. And then that's just like 2 choke points, and you're pretty much done. Choke points meaning a place that you can just like stop enemies from advancing. So what I like to do generally is put Nephany over here and Braum over here / Mordecai. And then I can use Har and Alencia to kind of harass everything else because they can fly. So that's our basic game plan. There's an Allevi grass here that's hidden that we want to grab. This guy has a Nullify skill that we very, very much want on Har. So he very, very much wants to get that. So we're going to hopefully grab that. We're definitely grabbing that. But besides that, yeah, we're just going to start cruising. I'm going to switch Mialuchi with Khalil actually. There. And there we go. And now we can start the battle. Queen Alencia, I made it. Marcia. Thanks to General Joffrey, we spotted an ambush on the main road and snuck by on the old highway instead. The Royal Knights will be here soon. I flew ahead to tell you, and to serve up some traitor pie on my lance. Thank you, I'm impressed you made it back so quickly. My pleasure, Your Majesty. Now, which monkeys do you want filleted before the Royal Knights get here? So this is a really important thing, because that means that Joffrey's coming, and so you can just, like, you know, hold out till he comes. One thing that is really good is that Marcia has a speed wing. I'm actually going to give that to Har, because if he gets the speed wing, he gets the 22 attack speed, and that actually lets him double, like, almost every enemy on this map, which is so helpful. So first things first, I'm going to have Mordecai run up here, and then this makes it so that, like, no one can get past him, which is really helpful. I'm also going to have Khalil move here and just chill with her Elfire. I'm going to actually have her break the wall a little bit. Since she's there, like, no one can go up the gap, but once this wall's broken, she'll be able to step down the gap. So what we're going to want to do first is wipe out these guys in the middle, and then try to make it so we can choke the points. So Nephany is going to choke the left point, and then everyone else, some other people like Mordecai, Braum, maybe Har a little bit, are going to choke the right point. Alright, so let's... First things first, what I want to do is... I could have Marcia attack here. I could have her just come up and, like, move here for Leanne. Because what she could do is trade the speed wing over to Har. Oh, over to Leanne. Unfortunately, she can't trade it to Har yet, which is very sad. But what she could do is trade it to Leanne, and then Har could attack someone, and then Leanne could, you know, make him move again or something like that. I think what I'll do, though, instead of that, is just have Marcia move here and attack. And then I'll have Har run up and take the speed wing from her and use it. And then I'll move him here, and then bring Alencia down, and then I can use both Har and Alencia. I should have had Alencia heal Marcia, though, but that's okay. Okay, so I want Alencia to, like, kind of jump down here, but the problem is that this bowgun guy will destroy her in one hit, and this steel bow guy will also destroy her.
So what I can do though, now that Har has 22 attack speed, he can actually take this guy out. See, this is why like I wanted him to get speed, but this is why stat boosters can be really helpful. I'm also going to move Har here so that he kind of blocks off everyone from moving up to here. And then this Steel Axe guy is going to attack Nefni, and that's going to be perfectly okay. I'm also going to move Heather and Leaf down. And then I'm just going to have Valencia move down here and take out this Steel Bow guy. And then that basically, like, then we could just kind of mop up the rest. I'm going to just leave her right here. And then we'll bring down the old bird. So that guy is bolting. You'd think he'd be really useful, but because I choose to, like, because I choose to go down to the second tier and choke those points and even further, he's pretty obsolete because he doesn't really follow you, and so that bolting stage just kind of stays there. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. These guys will attack Alencia, but they're going to miss or do like pretty small amounts of damage. And then that guy is injured, so Khalil should be able to just take him out. I'm surprised that guy didn't attack Alencia. The nice thing about having Har there is now, with the 22 speed, man, he can just take him out. So good. And then Nefni should be able to take out that guy. And the reason, like, it's not a big problem that she got hit is she does have a Vulnerary, and she's not going to have very much to do next turn, and so we'll just have her use a Vulnerary. Alright, that guy attacks Mordecai, because Mordecai doesn't kill him, which Alencia would. That guy just didn't attack Alencia, because Alencia would kill him. And then having Har right there is really nice, because Har can take out that guy. Alright, this is going really, really well. Alright, so we got a ton of people, like, moving down there. That guy attacked Alencia, but since he has a longbow and he's at 3 range, he had probably 0% chance to hit her. The nice thing is that now he's in more range to be attacked. Alright, so Leanne healed Marcia for a little bit of health, namely 3 health, which I guess is somewhat helpful. I shoved Heather down because now she's in range to get this Olivia Grass. And now I can move up Nefni and just, since she's not in range of anything, I'll just have her use her Vulnerary. I would like to have Har take out this guy here, and so what I'm going to do actually, just make sure, yeah. So if Marcia stands right here, she's not in range of either of these crossbow guys, and so she would just choke the point and make it so like this Swordmaster can't get by. And also, if she kills this guy, which she can do, she opens up the space for Har to move and take out that general guy. And so this is actually like a really, really helpful move right here. And so now Har can move here and just take this guy out. And now we got one of our side objectives, which was the Nullify. Unfortunately, we killed the Sage who had the Reaper card, but honestly, it's not a big loss. Alright, so now what I want to think about is if I move Leanne down, she can move here and like dance for Har and Alencia. I recommend dancing for Har and Alencia the most this battle just because they're your most useful units. Like, they can kill everything. Now that Har has his 22 speed, he can kill basically everything. And they can fly around and just basically do whatever you want them to do. So now what I can do is have Braum move down and take out this guy. And then Alencia could, like, move over, take out this guy. Nice dodge. And then I can move her up here. And then I can bring Leanne here. Dance for Alencia and Har, which is great. And then move over here. Can Mordecai kill this guy? Of course not, because he's not very fast. What I could do, though, is have Mordecai stand in front of this door so that no one can like, move past. And that's what I'm going to do, actually. And then now, like, even when they break the door next turn, no one can move past Mordecai to enter this space. And that gives me a lot more flexibility. Now, since I've moved Leanne down, I definitely want to take out these two guys, and luckily I have Har and Valencia to do exactly that. What I'm gonna do is keep Har and Valencia like on the same row here, because these guys have longbows, and so they can reach up to there. But since they're going to be firing up a ledge at 3 range, they're going to have literally like 0% chance to hit. And so basically what this is gonna do for me is bait them out so that they're up against the wall and I can more easily hit them, while also just being pretty safe. And then I'll move down the Yoruichi. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, that guy might have just screwed up my plan that I just explained, but we'll see. Imagine how terrifying it would be, like you break open a door and you just see this snarling tiger waiting for you, ready to just like thrash you. I don't know, that sounds pretty terrifying to me, I guess. Alright, Marcia, just don't get hit by anything else, okay? Yeah, so Mordecai just made it so they can't go past him, which is so awesome. That's choking the point, 101 right there. And Marcia did the same thing, no one can get past her. Alright, so that guy did end up just attacking Har for some reason, and I'm okay with that. Very cool. Alright, well that went honestly very spectacularly. So now what we can do is move Marcia and bring Nephany down to take out this guy and just start choking this point. Nephany can just stand right where Marcia is and choke the point. Khalil could. I mean, Khalil's definitely going to come down. So I definitely want that to happen. She could, like, use Meteor and, like, take out this guy. And that honestly sounds pretty nice. Alright, very nice. And now what I want to do is take out these longbow guys. I wonder if Marcia could take one out. Nope. Alright, so what I'm going to do with Marcia is just have her, like, kind of move over here and heal. Because she's being less than useful. And then I'm going to have Nephany just move down here and take out this guy. And now Nephany's just going to block people and kill them. I'm going to bring Heather over here. And what I want to do... Can Rom kill this guy? Nope. Okay, that's less than useful too. So I'm going to have Har take out this guy. And then what I want to do is count out where Leanne can move. So she moves 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So now I could move Har over here. And then I could have Valencia move here, take out this guy. And then I can have him move up here. And now what I can do is have Leanne dance for them both, which is really nice, because now I can have Har run up, and hopefully he's in range to take out the guy that has the energy drop. Yeah, there he is. So I can have Har move up, choke this point, and take out energy drop the guy. Very nice. And I'm going to have him just send the herb back. And now I can have Mordecai move back and revert and use an Elite Grass. Now the reason I reverted is because he's not going to do anything in Lagu's form in enemy phase, because Har is choking his point very well. And so in Lagu's gauge, he loses gauge. In Lagu's form, he loses gauge. But in not Lagu's form, he gains gauge. So I reverted, and now next turn, he'll be back up at full gauge. And so then that'll make it so I'm able to use it. And then I could just have Braum, like, attack from behind Har here. And then Alencia could take out this guy. The reason I wanted to take out that guy is because I think the allies can be pretty obnoxious. But I think they can be helpful if they go down the right side. And so I'm hoping that guy will go down the right side now. And then I put Alencia in this guy's range so that he can attack her, and then we can attack him later on. But honestly, we are in like a really, really ideal position for turn 3. Like, these guys, you have to be really careful with this hammer guy because he can end Braum in like one hit. That's why we have Har here, and Har's going to take out like maybe all of them down there. And then Nephene's just blocking these guys. She'll take out some of them, maybe, we'll see. I don't know if she can take any or all of them out. And then we've cleared out this middle part, so there's no real dangers, and we're doing just really good. So we'll end our turn and just keep cruising from here. Oh, I guess that guy decided to say, screw your plans, Jokester, you can just not have that point be choked by Nephene. And I say, curse you, ally. And that's okay. Alright, so now we'll just watch Har not take out everyone here because that Swordmaster got in their way. But that's fine with me, I guess. Har will take out all the range guys. The really nice thing about having Har with like capped strength is that he can one round basically everything on this map. Oh, I guess Har is not taking out all the range guys. That's fine. Those enemies really just got in each other's ways, and it's kind of obnoxious because Har was just poised, ready to take him out. Alright, so that guy moves up to attack Alencia, and that's fine. Alright, this right side's a little obnoxious because I wanted to kill... Well, I guess I could just kill the hammer guy. Okay, cool. I did want to kill the Sage because he's a little bit of a threat to Har. And I was going to have Braum like take out the Swordmaster guy, but now I can't do that, so shame. What I think I'm going to do though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that works. I'm going to have Marcia take out this guy. Get him out of my way. I'll move up. And then I guess I'll just have Nephene start chucking a javelin from behind. You kill. 8. That leaves him down to 24. Maybe 26. Nice. Heather Nephene equals dream team, I guess. Alright. Don't miss, Nephene. Nice. Alright, and then we'll bring Leaf over here. So what I could do is I could have Alencia like kill this guy and then move over here. And that sounds actually pretty nice because what I could do is have Har kill this guy and then move back. Yeah, so what I could do is if I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then she could move here, Har could move here, and Leanne could dance for them both. Because Leanne can do both the horizontal and the vertical. Now I can move her here, and then I can have Har hand axe the hammer guy, and then we don't have to worry about him attacking Braum, which is really, really good. And then I can move Har here, and then I can have Mordecai even shift, and maybe one shot? Nope, not one shot. That's okay, because Braum theoretically could just finish him off. Nice. Very good. And we got the level up for Braum. What do we got? Strength, skill, luck? Okay, I'll take that, I guess. And now we can dance for Alencia and Har again, which is great. And then I'm going to move Leanne back over here. There's no one really who can, like, attack. Yep, cool. What I'm going to do, though, is get rid of the crossbow guy that's over here with Khalil. Maybe. If he doesn't get healed next turn, then Khalil can take him out. So we'll see. And then I'm actually going to have Har just, like, move here. There's just the 2 range guys. So I'm going to have Har just move here
use his steel axe and one-shot this guy. And then I'm gonna have Valencia move here, maybe. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So she can move here, take out the healing guy. So now they're not gonna be able to be healed, which is really, really nice. And then she can run away and get away from the bow guy. And then Neolucci can just do Neolucci things, I guess. Alright, so now those allies are not in my way anymore, which is fine. That guy's definitely gonna get thrashed, right? Maybe? Oh, probably not. Oh, that general's moving over there, huh? Cool. Oof, that was a lot of damage. That's okay. Because Nephany didn't have her... She had her javelin equipped. She wasn't able to kill him, which is nice. Wow, that was a big hit. Oh man, he might suffer from success. I like to call it suffering from success when someone, like... When one of your units kills too many of the enemy, and so they die, because they just open themselves up to attack after attack after attack. But it looks like he's fine, because that general moved in front of the halberdier, and so he's not going to take any more damage. This general, though, man, he's just getting thrashed. But he's fine. Maybe? If that sniper does 11 damage, here we go. Oh, he only did 7. And the general is just fine. Alright, we're doing good. Yeah, so they didn't heal the crossbow guys, so we're just gonna take him out. Hopefully. Nice. That's pretty nice, because, like, now I don't have to worry about a crossbow guy down there. I am gonna have... I'm gonna have Marcia kill this guy. Nope, guess not. Alright, I guess I'll just have Nephany chill here and use a elbow on me. And then I'm gonna bring Heather over here. Alright, so over here, what do we want to do? So Braum could kill that guy. Can you, like, weaken this guy? Yeah, he could. So Braum could kill this guy. Harb could kill anyone. Yeah. And then I do have Leanne, who could make 2 people move again. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Mordecai where he is and bring Braum out. Kill there. And the reason I'm going to leave Mordecai where he is because those allies are probably going to want to run away, since the priest won't be able to heal him. This guy's a physics staff. And so then Mordecai will be able to just make sure no one gets past him. And then I'm going to take out this sniper here. And then let's count Leanne's spaces again, because that's very important. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I can move part here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, that really sucks. So, yeah. What I could do is shove Leanne with Mordecai. Oh, with Neolucci. What am I doing? Let's shove her. Oh, wait. That doesn't matter, though, because really it's Valencia that can't make it out, man. Well, you probably hear my cat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could have Mordecai, like, rescue this guy, get him out of the way. But then, that's pretty obnoxious. What I should have done is had Har take out this guy, because then Valencia would have just gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then made it back. But alas, I did not plan my steps carefully enough, and so I'm just gonna have Valencia take this guy out, and she won't be able to move again, which is okay. She can move back there, and then we'll just dance for Har. The reason I'm dancing for Har is because I think he's
generally more valuable and useful than Alencia. So I could have him kill this guy, and I think that's what I'll go for. Nice. And I'll just move him there. Alright, cool. And besides that, I think we're good. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't go for the, like, wildly weakened one. Cool. Ooh, nice dodge, Nephi. Very, very good. I thought that guy was going to run away, and he did not, which was slightly shocking. Uh-oh. What's really annoying about these allies is that they weakened these guys, and so now Nephi's going to kill them and open herself up to more attacks. Luckily, though, that guy moved before the weakened one, so we're okay. Alright, Braum gets hit, but he's fine. He's fine. Alright, that guy attacks Har. He, of course, is fine because Har is a one-man army, and he just can thrash everything and anything, which is awesome. That guy attacks Alencia? Cool. That's fine. Alright, got some more generals coming here, so I do want to be careful. Alencia also has renewal, right? Alright, what are conditions now? They're down to 27. Cool. This guy does have like a silver great lance, so he does do a fair amount of damage actually, but because the silver great lance has such bad hit, he has like no chance to hit Braum. So I'm just gonna have Braum move there and, you know, and just chill. Alright, cool. So I do want Khalil to kind of just move over here and start attacking stuff. How much does this guy do? Cool. That's a lot of damage. But Nephi doesn't kill him. So what we're going to do is we're going to have his heal again with a Molinary. What I'm assuming is going to happen is that this general is going to move up and attack him. And honestly, that sounds pretty useful. Okay. So now up here, what I want to do is I want to have Leanne dance for Alencium and Har again. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that could work. So I could have Alencia like take this guy out and then stay where she is. And wait, and then Har could run up and take out this guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. And then we'll just wait right there. And then Leanne cannot move there. She can move there. Okay, so one thing I want to do though, and then I'm actually going to have Mordecai move forward one and use some grass. That's fine. So one thing I want to do is there is an Alleviate grass here, and I want Heather to like grab it. And I need Leanne to do that. The Royal Knights also come fairly soon, but not like super soon. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna have Har run up and like attack this guy. And then instead of running away, what I'm gonna have him do actually is just stay right here on the edge of Ludwig's range. And so what that's going to do for me, though, is bait in these two, and then he's going to take them out. And then that just leaves this guy who I want to steal his Draco Shield from, and Ludwig. And then what I also want to do is rescue Leanne and bring her up here. And then I'm going to have Marcia rescue Heather. And I'm going to have Miolucci shift take Leanne and drop her. And wait as well. And so now what I can do, though, is next turn, I'll try baiting out Ludwig with, like, Mordecai, probably, because he only does 8 damage to Mordecai. And then we can move in for, like, the Olevi Grass and the Draco Shield. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that guy's gonna attack, and then the general probably is gonna run up and attack him, which is great. Yep, that's what we thought. Doesn't quite kill, which is fine. And then they're running away because this priest is supposed to, like, heal them, which he does with his physic. And so this is why we have Nephany, like, backed up a space, is so that she doesn't get hit from below. Not that they would have very much chance to hit her from below. Man, that's funny that Braum totally disarmed that guy, because that guy drops his weapon upon his death anyway. So it's not like we really are going to be able to steal it regardless. Alright, so just like we thought, these guys are baited in by Har. And hopefully he just takes them both out. Nope, not quite that one. Okay, well, that's okay. Oh, he baited that guy too. That works out. Okay, so I want to bait over Ludwig. And so I'm going to use Mordecai for that. And I'm going to have Olencia come down here and take out this guy. And then just leave her down here, basically. And then I'll have Har break his hand axe here. Wait. And then I'm actually going to have Leanne dance for Olencia so that Olencia can heal up Har. And so what I want to have happen on enemy phase is I want Ludwig to go right and attack Mordecai. And then Mordecai's out of range of that guy. And so then that way I can move and have Heather just chill there. And then ideally I rescue her. So what I kind of want to have happen is baiting out this guy up here or something as well. That'll make sense next time. So we'll heal up Har. And have Olencia chilling. And then Nephany could do some damage there, but I don't think I want her to. I do want Khalil to attack here, though. Hopefully she doesn't get hit, because that would be unfortunate. Okay, good. And then I'm going to keep Nephany there, because you never know when those allies are just going to, like, run away. Because sometimes they just like to book it. And then we'll have Braum attack, because he can't get counterattacked. And the Royal Knights should be showing up fairly soon. I don't remember what turn they actually show up. So we'll just have Nephany use an herb, because she has one, and they're pretty cheap. And then we'll just have everyone else wait. Alright, so that guy runs down to heal Halberdier there, and then they'll probably go back to charging forward. I think the crossbow guy is going to attack Khalil, so that would, oh, they charged that way. Okay, that's very surprising. Now Nephany's just going to, like, get hit by a ton of people. Oh, she doesn't kill this guy, though. Nice. So much for getting hit by a ton of people. Oh, that guy just ran away to get healed, huh? It's a little obnoxious, but it's fine, I guess. Alright, so that guy attacks Khalil, and then she counterattacks and kills, which is great. Ooh, magic. Nice. That guy runs up to attack Ludwig, throwing Laguz into the ranks. How very like the queen. Wow, I'm surprised he said Laguz and not subhuman. That's pretty cool. Some nice nuance to Ludwig's character, huh? And there's the Royal Knights. Your Majesty will countercharge their flank. The Royal Knights will succeed again. Indomitable Knights of Crimea, this is that hour you have trained for. Hold the line and run them down. Joffrey, Joffrey, oh Joffrey. Find Ludwig, Duke of Felleray. Seize him immediately. Immediately. Wow. He must not escape. What a bother. They arrived far faster than I had expected. But I will prevail. I won't lose to that worthless queen. Oh, some reinforcements. It's a little obnoxious because I don't want Braum to get hit by reinforcements. But I do want Braum to, like, kill this guy. He could kill him with the hand axe. Ooh, that actually sounds nice. So Ludwig does not double Braum. And he'll probably attack Mordecai. So I think I'll move Mordecai here and use some grass. And then I'll move Braum here and kill this guy. There's the disarming again, but theoretically this guy should just drop his weapon regardless. Cool. So now I want to heal Braum because Ludwig does 40 damage, which is like 19 health, and then this guy does like 7 damage. And so that doesn't quite kill, but like if all of that gangs up on him, then he does die. I do want to like kill this guy too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, that's pretty good. So just want to make sure I'm outside of Ludwig's range. 1, 2, 3. So let's take out that guy because he's a threat to Har, and I don't like threats to Har. And then I could move Har here to bait this guy in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if Har moves here, okay. The real question though is, how much damage does Har do? So Har could like have 40 attack, and definitely doubles. So he would do 19 times 2. That's way too much damage. So let's get Har out of there. What I do want to do though is heal up Braum, like I was saying. And I want Heather to run up and do that as well. I also want to just bait this guy in and steal from him. So if I move Mialucci here, we could bait the guy in. I could have Heather get dropped next turn, steal from him, and then kill him. And then the next turn she could get the hidden item. Actually, even better, I could just drop Heather there. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, that could probably work. If I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. I could move her here, and then Leanne could dance. Yeah, that could work. Drop Heather there, move there. We can have... Okay, let's stop doing that. Cool. So we could have Valencia move here and use her physic. And heal up Braum. And then the nice thing about having Valencia use her physic there, strength, speed, res, cool, is that now, like, this javelin guy will probably attack Valencia. And so now I can have Leanne actually make these guys move again. And the nice thing about that is I can move Marcia up out of range. Do I need to move Marcia up out of range? I mean, she's kind of fine where she is. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave Marcia where she is. Cool. And then now Braum should have like 0 chance of dying. Alright, and then Nefne can just take this guy out. Very nice. And then, Khalil just kills? Nice, no more healing for them. Very nice. That one magic made the difference. If she hadn't gotten the magic on the level up, she wouldn't have done enough damage to kill. Alright, then we can have a roll and ice discharge. Don't miss, buddy. Well, nice try. Hey, actually got it. Whew. Way to go, Kieran. The hammer is actually like really helpful against Ludwig. Like, Hard could just thrash him in one round if you use the hammer. Yeah, let's get some Astrid EXP. Woo! Go Astrid. This battle, while annoying, would be like one of your better opportunities to train up Astrid, but I very, very much like do not recommend it. She's just not worth it. Like she doesn't grow very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's an arm scroll here. She doesn't grow very well. Like she just is not very strong, even if you train her up. Like, she'll be fine, but for a newcomer, very much would not recommend it. If you want to, though, go for it. But it's really not worth it. It's just like Meg from Makai's group. Like, you could train her up, but she doesn't really offer your team that much. Okay, so we're gonna wait and just see what happens. I've tried out a new plan here with Heather that I've never tried before, so... Oh, nice! I was hoping someone would stand in front of Nephany. So, yep, that's what they did. Alright, so that guy moves there. That's perfectly fine, because he can attack back, so that's cool. And then that guy runs up to attack Braum. Hopefully he misses. Nice dodge. And Braum should kill him next turn, actually. So we do have to be careful with Ludwig because he really is a danger. Like, he can do a lot of damage. But we should be fine for a little bit. Yeah, because he attacks Mordecai since Mordecai can't attack back. Oh, Mordecai can take out that priest next turn. Very nice. And then there's no way Neolucci takes out this guy, so that's nice. And so now we can steal the Draco Shield. Oh, he attacks Heather. Wow, he could have attacked Valencia, man. That's crazy that he attacked Heather. And then they, of course, attack Mordecai as well. Nice. That turned out really well. And now that there's no reinforcements down here, too, we can, like, really just go to town over here. Wow, that turned out super well. Alright, so what I want to do is actually move Khalil over here to weaken this guy, and then I can have Nephany take him out. And the reason I want to do that is because that opens up that space then for the allies to just move in. Strength. Okay, I'll take the defense. Okay, so I want Heather to steal from here. I also want Leanne to make her move again so that Heather can get the Olivi Grass and then like Neolucci can rescue her out. So what I can do is I can have Heather move here, steal. Very nice, got that. And then I can have Har take him out. Yeah, that works. And then I can have Leanne make them both move again. Now, what I could do is I could actually kill Ludwig this turn if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to. Alright, so let's take out this guy first. And then what I'd like to do is actually just surround Ludwig. Yeah, so I could use like Alencia, Braum, R, and if Geoffrey could make it, yeah, Geoffrey can't make it. But if I move like Har here, Alencia here, and Braum here, then Ludwig could only move 2 spaces. And that effectively neutralizes him. So we're going to go for that. So what I think I want to do then is I could move Kieran up here. Braum can't kill this guy. Let's use the steel axe. Okay. or I could have Marcia javelin. That could work. Okay, so how's this guy dying? Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'd love for Braum to move here, use a hand axe, and take that guy out. But I'd also love for this sniper to die, and I'd also love for this guy to die. So what I can do is if I move Valencia here, take out the sniper, and then just move here, then she'd be fine. And then I can move Leanne where Valencia was. Now what I can also do is have Marcia move over here and javelin this guy, and now Braum will be able to take him out. And get the level up. Nice. Speed. No speed, but got more strength, so I'll take that. Now Leanne can move here, and then I can move her where Valencia was, and then she can float over the wall next turn and be safe. And so now what I could do is have Har take out this guy. And then he can move here, and now we've just boxed in Ludwig. And so now he'll probably attack either Mordecai or Valencia. Then I can bring Heather over here. Now I do have to be careful though because she'll be exposed, and so I'm going to have her use a Vulnerary. But really, instead of leaving her there, I'm just going to have Neolucci rescue her and then bring her back up. And then I can have Leith trade with Heather. Do I want to trade with Heather? Yeah, we'll take the Draco Shield. And then we can just take and drop it. Alright. Now, one thing that I haven't said yet that I do want to do, though, is I want Alencia's Physic to be on Har, Braum, Heather, or Nephany. I also want Alencia's Mend if I could swing it, or some other weapon. Like the hammer would be pretty good on Braum, but that's not like necessary, but I'll switch it out for the Silver Great Lance. I could also take Geoffrey's Brave Lance, but I actually find that it's pretty helpful if he has it for the next battle he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arm Scroll? Nice! So we could give that to Heather. So I very much want to do that. And then this is like my chance to think if I want to give anything else to people. Because ideally what I want to do is just finish off Ludwig next turn and just be done with the map. Especially because it's already been going on for so long. But I've also done like all the side objectives I wanted to do, so that's been really, really successful, honestly. The day is upon us, a day that will stand proudly in the history of Crimea. Today, a weak queen falls, and a new king prevails. Yeah, whatever, dude. Alright, so let's take out Ludwig this turn. So, Leith has like a full inventory. Heather has one space, but I could switch out this Weavy Grass for something else too, which would probably be better. Do I want the Horse Slayer on our old friends? Just trying to think, because there's some things that like I just haven't thought about taking to them, but that might be nice, like the Horse Slayer, or the hammer I usually take over there. Is there anything else? Oh, the Physic and Mend. The Physic I say is a must, because that's super helpful, and the Mend can actually be beneficial too. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We could just do the Physic and Mend, I think, honestly. Hard does have an extra spot, so we could do something with that. Yeah, I think we'll just do that.
So what I'll do is I'll have Kieran give Har the hammer, and then switch his steel axe for that iron poleaxe, and then wait. And so now Har could just take out Ludwig very, very reliably. And so what I'm going to do, though, before that is just mop up any last kills I can get. Because once you kill Ludwig, then the battle ends and, like, there's nothing else is done. And so we're just going to mop up some last kills. Or just get some last minute EXP. What I can do as well, down here, probably get a kill for Braum off this guy maybe. Nice. I'm gonna keep Mordecai as like a sort of backup plan in case Har misses one of his hammer hits. I could get like a kill with Joffrey here too, probably. Yeah. There we go. I mean, I guess I have Leanne as like my ultimate backup then, because she could just make Har move again. Oh, the arm scroll. That's what I wanted to give. Nice. Glad I remembered. So I want to give that to Heather. What I could do, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna give that to Alicia, and then Alicia can just kill something and then move right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe not. I'll just move Alicia here, and she can heal someone. Yeah, heal up Joffrey. Get some experience. And now what I can do is I can trade here, because the Volinary is less useful than the Elite Grass. And then I'll come up here and trade Volinary for Arm Scroll, Physic, and then Mend for Bronze Knife, because the Bronze Knife isn't that useful. And so now we get those two staves, the Ashera icon and the arm scroll to sell, which is awesome. Nephany has Spectre card and arm scroll to sell. Braum just has weapons. I mean, like, I could have optimized his inventory a little bit better, but it's fine, honestly. And then Har has the energy drop. Mordecai has some stuff there. Leith has a whole bunch of stuff there. Like, if I was really trying to optimize, what I probably should have done is put this Draco Shield and Secret Book on Braum, but it's fine. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how that ended up, and so we're gonna just finish off Ludwig here. Actually, we're gonna have to drop, because I want his Tomahawk on Har as well. Alright, what we're gonna do... Crazy stuff here. This is just for my own benefit because I'm being greedy. I'm gonna have Braum move here, trade with Har, give him the Iron Axe for like the Iron Pole Axe or something, and then have him just attack Ludwig. It has the added benefit of like now Har can just one-shot Ludwig. But now if Har misses, like, I'm really screwed. So we'll just see how this goes. But Har has like an 80 hit chance, so we're fine. So now, the reason I did that though is so that Har had an Iron Axe that I can just send to the convoy and keep the Tomahawk. 81 hit, easy. And there we go, we finally finished this behemoth of a map, but it was so fun, so good. Alencia, I yield to you. Please, you may imprison me. Your Majesty, be merciful, spare our lives, we surrender our weapons. And there we go. Nailed it. Speed. Come on, dude. And we got the Tomahawk, and so now we can send the Iron Axe convoy, and that's the battle. Whew. Took a while, but we got there.
Queen Alencia, I'm so glad you're safe. Please forgive my tardiness. I've let you down. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. You did no such thing. Joffrey, thank you so much. So, what of the rebel army? Without Ludwig at the helm, they're a mess. They're all running about trying to escape. As commanded, we are not pursuing fleeing soldiers, and Lord Ludwig is locked up in the dungeon. Queen Valencia? Lucia is being held captive. If we're to save her, we need to talk to him. I always forget that Joffrey actually doesn't know that until that moment. Your Majesty, General, we've received a missive. It concerns Lady Lucia. Queen of Crimea, we demand that you release the Duke of Felleray. Refuse and Lady Lucia will die. No! Lucia, you have half a mark. If the Duke is not released by then, the girl dies. Queen Alencia, don't listen to them. Don't worry about me. Quiet, you can die sooner if you like. Your Majesty, you can't. You have to let me do something about this. Lucia would willingly die fighting for her country, I know. But you have to help her, Alencia. If you were in her position, she would surely do the same. Please, just give the word. Dang, this is such a hard moment for Alencia. But it's a really cool moment of character development. Because if we really think about it, Alencia is very kind and compassionate, but she has not been very decisive. Like, she knew from Nephany and Braum that Ludwig was planning a rebellion, just straight up a rebellion. But instead of doing something about it, she decided to send Lucia to gain more evidence. And that indecision made it so Ludwig was able to march on Fort Alpia. And there's various other like moments of indecisiveness that Alencia shows. She's not completely indecisive, like she's able to make decisions, but her indecisiveness is something that is quite frankly a weakness for her as a ruler. And what's really cool is we have seen her develop, right? Where she just decided to take a stand against Ludwig and stop this madness. And we're going to keep seeing this development. And I just really like Alencia's character arc because it's something that, like, I didn't expect from this game, but it's one of my favorite parts of the game. I mean, indecision is in itself a decision. And quite frankly, it's the wrong decision most of the time. Sometimes it's good to make the decision to wait and collect more information. But that is a different decision than just being indecisive and not making a decision at all. Hello, Your Majesty. By the look on your face, I can see my plan has been a success. What exactly is it that you want? Do you to throw our country into chaos? No, I want to protect it, Your Majesty. What? Queen Alencia, you're so naive. Cold and callous decisions are sometimes required of a nation's ruler. I was testing you. We all wanted to know if our queen would have the power to stop a civil war. But no, you were too hesitant and too concerned about harming the people. Now look what has happened. The rule of Crimea cannot be kept in your hands. Please, Your Majesty, you must abdicate and cede the crown to me. And considering Lady Lucia's life is on the line, you haven't much choice. Now, let's have you free me from this prison cell, and then we can discuss any further details. I don't think so. What? Are you truly willing to sacrifice Lady Lucia? Lord Ludwig, all your dissatisfaction and misgivings about me are well-founded. However, do you realize how many lives you've simply thrown away? Strength without compassion does not a ruler make. You care nothing for the people, sir. You cloak your desire to rule with pretty speeches, but it's petty avarice nonetheless. So this is how it shall be. Very well, but Lady Lucia cannot be spared without my order. Allowing you to plant the seeds of rebellion and play havoc with the lives of my people is a failure for which I must answer. But I will see Crimea through this trial. I will give my people the future they deserve no matter the cost. So good from Alencia, so good. Well played, Your Majesty. Indeed, I have failed, yet I wonder, are you capable of watching Lucia die? Or will you crawl back to me, your face awash with tears begging for mercy? How I pray to see that face, Your Majesty. What a scumbag. Rebel soldiers, hear me. Ludwig of Felleray, having conspired against the nation, will stand trial. As the queen and ruler of Crimea, I refuse to negotiate with those bent on destroying it. So you're gonna let this girl die? Ha! I will be strong, Lucia. Kick, scream, beg, give us a show, wench. Your Highness, your trusted friend will now die. Let this burn forever in your memory. People of Crimea, behold a true queen, your queen. Long live Queen Alencia. Man, so good from Alencia. So good, so strong. It's just so cool that she, like, had the strength to make that decision. It's so sad, though. And now we get to see one of the best cinematics of this entire game. And I'm just not going to talk during it, because it's so good. Here we go.
Come on, do it. It's a clean shot. What's the problem?
I'm nervous. What if I hit her?
It's too late for nerves, Rolf. If you're not up to it, just leave it to the master, eh?
In case you had any doubt about who these guys
One clean
are.
motion. No hesitation.
Oh, that was so good. One clean motion. Easy.
The Queen's men are attacking! Stop him!
Sorry. Always lost in your book. What have I said about watching your back?
Form up! Surround them all! Don't let a
I love that line. Form up. Surround them all.
Hold on, Lucia. Everything will be fine. You're safe now. Can you hear me? Hold on.
I just love that cinematic so much. They're back, boys. Queen Alencia, it's Sir Ike and the Grail Mercenaries. They came to our aid. Man, that cinematic like gives me straight up goosebumps. It's so good. It's so cool just seeing the Grail Mercenaries come back, swinging out of nowhere, thrashing them all. Now we'll get Lucia back in one piece. We've nothing more to worry about. I'll deploy my knights at once. Importantly, while Alencia is saved here, she still was willing to make that choice. And I think like Ike and his group saving Lucia does not cheapen Alencia's choice one bit, because she was fully willing to do it. Sir Ike, if you hadn't come to help, I would have lost one of my dearest friends. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. We were happy to do it, and Bastion pays well for mercenary work. Bastion? Yes, the Count of Fair knew about Ludwig's plotting before he left Verdane. Bastion guessed that if he left the country, the rebels would feel confident enough to make their move. What else would you expect from Crimea's top tactician? Well, Crimea's most deceptive old dog, at any rate. Yes, that's just like him. It's so nice to see Ike again. I love Ike. He's really one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters. Sorry that we had to stay hidden until the last minute. For a ruse like that to work, you have to deceive allies as well as enemies. I know you were acting in Crimea's best interests, but I'm sorry you had to let that happen to Lucia. No, it worked out fine in the end. Please, put it out of your mind. Lucia, Joffrey, I value your lives more than even my own, but it's my duty to protect this country, even if that means losing you. I've learned a lot from all this. I hope to keep them out of harm's way, and I'll never make the same mistakes again. Good to hear. So what are you going to do about all the escaped rebel soldiers? The rebel army will be eradicated. We cannot allow them to sow the seeds of discontent among the people of Crimea. That's the right choice. Would you consider contracting my mercenaries for the job? No, Sir Ike, I'll leave that up to the Royal Knights. I'm certain this task will create anger among the people, and the Royal Knights may be resented for their role in it. But my duty as Queen demands that it be done. The people will have to learn to accept that. I respect your devotion to duty. So you don't need me then? That's right, I'm going to move on, together with my vassals and the people of this country. She says as if Ike is not a Crimean. Sir Ike, before you leave, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. What is it? When you heard from Bastian, did he say anything about Dane? No, nothing. He informed me of a number of things. Apparently Dane's reconstruction is playing out much like Crimea's. He spoke of a new king raising the banner of war, and a charismatic young hero carrying it into battle. He compared King Peleus to me, and his silver-haired maiden to you. It's almost unnatural. He suspected that someone might be scheming, trying to manipulate Dane. Bastian seemed quite suspicious of it all. So Bastian went to Dane to try and confirm his suspicions on that? Yes, there was also something about Dane's resurrection that we cannot afford to overlook. The Black Knight. What? And this is a recap for those of you that didn't play Path of Radiance. I'll never forget him. He was the one warrior who the late King Ashnard trusted. Encased in pitch black armor, standing tall with a crimson cape, when the Liberation Army fought at the capital, he was there. He sided with the silver-haired maiden. The Black Knight, the man who killed my father. But I defeated him 3 years ago, I'm sure of it. At the very least, he couldn't have escaped when Nado's castle came crashing down on him. The day after you fought, Bastian ordered some men to search the remains of Nado's castle. There was no trace of the Black Knight, no armor, no sword, no corpse. If the Black Knight that was seen in Dane was indeed the same Black Knight, he might prove to be a threat to Crimea. If he's still alive, I have no doubt I'll see him again. Valencia, this is very important information for me. Thank you. Of course. Well, there we go. Now Ike knows that the Black Knight's back, and there's the end of part 2. And here's what's still to come.
A great war begins, one that threatens to tear the land asunder. A hero sides with the Laguz and Justice. The Maiden of Dawn fights for the Bjork and Dayan. Their armies will collide, while the flames of the medallion burn brighter. Part 3, Intersecting Vows.
Well, I didn't want to spoil it earlier, but I'm going to spoil it now. Part 2's done, and so now we start with part 3, and part 3 is where we get to start using Ike's group again. I'm so pumped for that. I love the Grail Mercenaries a lot, and I'm glad that part 2's done. That'll be it for this video. Catch us next time for the beginning of part 3 and the beginning of using Ike's group. Thanks for watching.